morning, everyone. As usual, it doesn't matter how many hours I get up early to try and do this. Always something interesting happens right around production time. So I'm a one-man show right now, and I am learning a lot. Today is going to be exciting. I'm trying something new. So welcome to Black Renaissance Worldwide. We're not quite started yet, but we are getting there. Getting there right this moment. So, okay, not what I needed. Waiting for my script to travel so that I can have a conversation with you. But I'm trying something new today, and I'm kind of excited about it. I'm not real sure what it's going to look like, how it works. I wanted to share with you some things that are live because my intentions are to have conversations with real human beings in real time so that you guys get to know the products and the services and the people who are providing those things and offering their wares. So I'm trying to learn how to embed, I think is what it's called, videos now into our roster for the week until we start having some live interview action. So, of course, you can see clearly here that I've got all our pictures, and I'm so proud of myself. I know it's goofy, but I am still proud. But I even learned how to highlight who it is that you're seeing on here so that you can go and find them on your own. So I'm just waiting for my script that we created to be in a position that I can utilize while I am talking with you guys. But I still wanted to open the show on time because I want to show up. You know what I mean? So we'll see how well this works today. I'm just waiting on the information to be relayed. Come on. Yep, here we go, here we go, here we go. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if it sent. It's sent. So really just need to wait for it to show up. You'd be surprised. I'm over here using my work computer and this. What I was originally trying to do was YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I haven't worked that out yet. I've tried several times. Everything that I've done has not necessarily worked. So I'm still learning how to do that as well. And good morning to everyone who's jumping in. Good morning, good morning. Please feel free to leave likes and all of the fun stuff. There we go. Here's our script. All right, y'all. I am so grateful that you guys love me enough to let me learn on the job. You know what I mean? All right, guys, we're almost there. Hold on. All right, here we go. We're almost there, guys. Just a little bit of kick. Wow. It's a beautiful day in Zamunda. Okay, so we are, I think, ready to go. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Black Renaissance Worldwide. Good morning, builders. All right, welcome to Black Renaissance Worldwide, BRW, episode 13, The Forge. I am Rochelle, and if you are here right now, you are witnessing infrastructure being laid brick by brick, week by week. The Forge is where we bring the heat. Every week we step inside the fire of Black American entrepreneurship, Black-owned business, and the builders laying the economic foundation for this second renaissance. Our first renaissance was creative. This one is financial, which is going to take us much further. The first renaissance gave us art. This one gives us ownership. See? Right in congruence. The Forge is where we hammer that vision into something we can hold, spend, invest, and pass down. Welcome to the workshop. And let us open with intention. Here we go. We gather at this moment, conscious that time is a coordinate and space is a field, and that we are matter organized into meaning. We affirm that the intention behind every action in this space is directed toward the highest probable good for all conscious beings. Those here, those watching, welcome, and those yet to arrive. We honor the full spectrum of the human experience. Every identity, every expression, every lineage, every struggle, and every triumph. We acknowledge that we are entangled. What we build here ripples outward through networks we cannot fully map, but we are responsible for shaping. We enter this work with coherence, with clarity, and with the understanding that a world that works for everyone is not utopia, it's engineering. Let us begin. So Black Renaissance Worldwide, BRW, is a global infrastructure for Black economic self-determination, the underground ecosystem. We began as a directory. So the white pages meets green book meets marketplace meets education meets community meets network. Okay? We evolve into a movement that builds any number of community needs, such as hospitals and educational stations, farms, grocery stores, anything and everything that any community needs. We're going to build it, we're going to offer it to the public, but we're going to own it and we're going to run it. Yeah. Welcome back, flagship family. You built this chair. Now we're sitting in it together. So let's get to work. And this is why I was excited today. So we all know that the Forge brings new things every week. We're going to do our book of the week. We're going to do our creator of the week. And we're going to do our Forge or business of the week right now. So what I'm trying to implement, and we'll see if it works or not. What I'm trying to implement is videos for each of these segments so that you get a feel for the author, the creator, and the business model, right? Okay, so let's see what happens. So this week's book of the week is Harlem Rhapsody by Victoria Christopher Murray. Victoria Christopher Murray stands as one of the most celebrated voices in contemporary Black fiction. A New York Times best-selling author with over 30 novels to her name, Murray built her reputation on stories that center Black women with depth, complexity, and spiritual grounding. Her work consistently earns praise for combining rich cultural detail with emotionally compelling narratives. With Harlem Rhapsody, Murray steps into historical fiction, and she owns the room. This novel earned the NAACP Image Award nomination and demonstrates exactly why Murray commands respect across generations of Black readers. Okay, so a quick review of the book. Harlem Rhapsody tells the story of Jessie Redmond Fawcett, a real historical figure and one of the most under-recognized architects of the Harlem Renaissance. On point, ain't it? Fawcett served as literary editor of The Crisis, the groundbreaking publication led by W.E.B. Du Bois. And she used the platform to discover, elevate, and publish some of the greatest Black writers of the 20th century. Langston Hughes, Conti Cullen, Jean Tomer, and many, many more. Murray brings Jessie to life with warmth, intelligence, and fire. This is a story about a Black woman who walked through rooms where power lived and reshaped those rooms on her own terms. The novel opens in 1919, of October of 1919, let's be specific, as Jesse arrives in Harlem for the first time. And Murray captures that arrival with the sensory precision of someone who deeply loves the era. The music floating from a Victrola, those were those machines where you would have to put you have an album. For those of you who don't know, it was a machine, and you would put a flat plastic album on the machine. It would have a little hole in the middle, and then you would have to crank the thing up, and then it would have a little lever for the needle, and you would put the needle on the album, and then you would hear the music. That was the early musical. I know, right? Awesome. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to it. The laughter from men in front of a barbershop, the rhythm of 1,000 footsteps, you feel Harlem breathing. What makes this book essential reading right now is the parallel Murray draws, even without stating it directly, between Jesse's moment and ours. Jesse stepped into the first Renaissance as a builder, an editor, an infrastructure creator. She gave writers a platform when platforms were the rarest thing a Black artist could access. Builders, that is exactly what we are doing right here, right now with BRW. And so, I've got two things going on at the same time. I do have an excerpt that I can read you, but I also wanted to bring you a little bit of information. So let's see if this actually works. It's amazing to me how they say that you're supposed to be able to play with these without going live, but they're lying. Anyway, so let's go to the first video. Hold on, let's see if I can get some, let's go to our settings. I want to, first of all, open this up. See if it works well. We'll see how this works out. Hold on. Thank you guys for joining. So happy to have you here. All right, you guys, and now I'm going to turn on the sound. Well, how does that work? Oh, here we go.
History is what I love, and these people are being hidden, and
Now, I wish I could control this a little bit better. I wanted to go back to the beginning. I wonder if there's a way.
History is what I love, and these people are being hidden, and our history is being erased. Yes. And it's making me angry and angrier. So the more they decide to ban and erase us, the faster I'm going to write. Yeah. Talk about the Harlem Renaissance without the woman who started the Harlem Renaissance. And I just don't know how these people get hidden like this. And so I'm asking people that if you enjoy the novel, if you can just tell 5 people, if you can be my ambassador for Jessie Redmond Fawcett. Without her, the books that you will read this year wouldn't have been by Black authors. Without her, the books that anybody in here wants to write wouldn't be written. She was the first one. Her legacy is she put the literary greats on the map. Langston Hughes would have never been who he was without her saying, come on, you can write. He would have never been who he was, because when he got to Columbia University, they wouldn't even let him stay in the dorm because he was Black. And she had to hold his hand and guide him through all of that. I want people to know that this was the woman whose shoulders we stand on as readers and writers.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of this particular video, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the sound. I appreciate you listening along.
History is what I love, and these people are being hidden.
Here we go.
And our history is being erased. Yes. And it's making me angry and angry.
Okay, so that was the first one. I keep learning little things. all the time. And so we've got 2 more of those. And again, as I learn, these videos will get better and better. But for the time being, here we are. So I'd like to read a small excerpt from Harlem Rhapsody. It's, and here we go. Sunday, October 19th, 1919. I thrust open the taxicab's door, and the moment my T-strap heels hit the pavement, a cacophony of city sounds welcomes me. The music enraptures me first. I can't sleep at night. I can't eat a bite. From a Victrola perched near an open window, the lyrics from Harlem Blues float down, and then Mammy Smith's contralto drifts into the breeze. I stand, absorbing it all, the patter of 1,000 footsteps of men and ladies and kiddies rushing past. Motor cars chugging and clinking behind me. Honking horns, squealing in the air. It isn't a cacophony, it's a rhapsody. And my heart races to match its beat. Ooh, that's delicious. I think I like that. Don't you love it when words taste delicious in your mouth? Okay, so builders, Victoria Christopher Murray gives us Harlem as a living, breathing character, and Jessie Redmond Fawcett as the woman who helped write its story. Grab this book. It belongs in every BRW household. All right. Awesome. So our creator of the week this week, this week's creator needs no long introduction in the gaming world. See, we're going to switch it up. We're going to highlight all kinds of wonderful people. But BRW gives him the full one he deserves. Corey times Kenshin, so it's Corey X Kenshin, built one of the most loyal audiences in YouTube history through gaming content rooted in humor, heart, and authenticity. His community, the Samurai, reflects the kind of genuine connection that most creators spend entire careers chasing. He earned that loyalty by showing up as his full self, unapologetically black, unapologetically faith-driven, unapologetically joyful. Oh, I love it. Then he leveled up. Corey times Kenshin launched his own self-published Magna series, and his fan base responded by purchasing hundreds of thousands of copies. A remarkable achievement that placed him in rare creative territory. Sports Illustrated profiled him as both a gaming legend and a cultural force, recognizing that his influence reaches far beyond the screen. So for RBW, Corey X Kenshin represents something essential, a black creator who took his platform and transformed it into ownership. He moved from content to intellectual property. We're all trying to do that now, right? From audience to economy, this is the second renaissance in actions, builders. So let's try to see a segment of him as well now, right? Okay. Boy, oh boy, I'm learning a lot. Here we go. Open it up a little further so you can get a glimpse. And then we're going to turn on the sound. I'm actually going to do the first 5 minutes of this segment because his this particular one is like an hour. Of course, we're not going to watch him for an hour. You could certainly jump on over to YouTube and watch him for an hour, but we're just going to do about 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. Play. I see. It doesn't want to play. Hold on. Let's try this again. Keep it active. Apply. Best laid plans. Okay, so it's not working. That's okay. I've learned that for next time. No problem. But we will review him again, when we do our weekly review for the marketplace and for the sanctuary. And if I can get it working at that time, then I will go ahead and add that. Thank you for jumping in. I see people jumping in. All right. So then let's get to the forge. Okay. Or maybe I could try that in real time. Like, hold on for a second. Let's erase this, right? And then let's go to, we're learning how to do this together, right? So, I'm so curious. I'm mildly irritated if you really want the 100% truth. Go through all the drama of trying to show you this wonderful stuff and then it doesn't work. So, and of course, it's probably user error. But it doesn't matter. I still want it to work. So, let's see if I can't, in real time, add this so you can see it. What do we have here? Okay, hold on. Open up. Let's see what we can do today together. I'm going to try to add a source. Okay, so I'm going to his latest video, which was actually, it turns out, about 4 months ago. But then this one, let's see if this one will work. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, let's see if this one will work. Let's go to video.
Dude, guess how much it cost me to make sure my family gets
Hold on,
$1
y'all.
million if something ever happens to me? You'll never
Copy.
guess.
I don't know. It's got to be like 200.
Turn him off so I can't hear his voice, and then we're going to add. I'm going to try this again. Good morning, everyone. Please feel free to come on in. Happy to have you. That's the problem. It keeps wanting me to, okay, so then I have to do it from a link standpoint. That's why I had to keep doing it that way. But let's see if this link will work for us. Best laid plans.
Oh, what are we about to get into?
Thank you for coming.
Oh,
What's
Okay. All right. Where is it? Here we go. Let's try this again.
what are we about to get into?
Take your clothes off.
what's
Bing bong. Do I need anything before we get started? I need a bing bong controller. That's what I was thinking. Sup, what's going on? Corey Kitchen here, and welcome to Dispatch. I honestly don't know much at all about this game, except it looks a lot like Invincible. I think you're playing as some sort of superhero, and you gotta make decisions. Coming off, no, I'm not a human. I'm not the most confident in my decision making, but I think we can rock it. 8 episodes in total, and they're supposed to be dropping 2 new episodes every week. I have no clue how long the episodes are. This video is either gonna be episode 1 and 2, or just episode 1. But all that out of the way, let's get started. I don't know why my controller's not working, bro. Subtitles on, visual censorship, no. The freak? QuickTime events, cinematic or interactive? Sit back and relax. Hides QuickTime events? Heck no. Come on. Frick you think you thought, buddy? So many new gens don't know that, where that comes from. It's okay. It was a Black Ops gameplay. A game by Ad Hoc Studio in collaboration with Critical Role. Welcome.
Obviously, I love him. He's my dad. What does that mean? Just say what you want to say.
It's
I'm
just
observing.
when you add obviously, it feels a little less obvious. So, I'll ask again. How do you really feel about your father? It's as if maybe it's a little more complicated than you feel comfortable admitting.
Hold on. My controller's not working. All right, it works. I don't know what happened. The episodes. Okay, episode 1, pivot, on board, And then look, 2 episodes unlock every week. Company provides personal leave for compelling urgent reasons. Employees having any questions regarding this policy should contact HR. Let's go in. Episode 1, baby. Also, the homie Jacksepticeye voice acts in this, so let's keep an eye out for where old Jackie boy is.
Obviously, I love him. He's my dad.
Okay. So that gives you a little
What does
feel
that,
for
mean?
his content.
Just say what you wanna say.
His content
It's just
and his
when you add
personality
obviously, it
and how
feels
he
a little
interacts
less
with
obvious.
his audience. So we're gonna go
I'll
ahead
ask
and turn
again.
off that sound.
How do you really feel about your father?
I'm so
It's as
glad
if
that you hung
maybe
out
it's a
with me
little
while
more
I learned how to do
complicated
that
than you feel
again.
comfortable admitting,
I don't know
which
why the first
is
one didn't work,
completely understandable.
but I'm
I love
glad
my
that
dad.
this one actually did it, and
Look,
I'm
I love
glad
my
that you
dad,
hung
all
out
right?
with me while I got
I
it
love my
working.
dad.
So as soon
That's
as we get the
truth.
sound off, we'll
Loved.
go to the forge.
That's what I said.
You said love. Your dad's dead, so you don't love him. You loved him.
Wow, really?
Just so sensitive. Listen, if I didn't love him,
What's
we
going on
wouldn't
with
be
this
here, right?
nose?
Okay, there we go. All right. You learn something new every day, I promise you. If you just leave yourself a little bit open, leave your spirit a little bit open. Okay, now. All right, so that was really awesome. He's funny, he's entertaining, he's charming, and he's just so down to earth. So, all right, our creator of the week. And I'll say it for you one more time. Corey X. Kenshin. All right. Now, the forge for the week is actually Greenwood Bank. I'm all about the money, honey. Woo, woo, woo. And I have been looking for some alternatives. For example, we all know that the dollar is a little shaky right now. And if the powers that be get their way for whatever the reason, I'm not sure what the benefit is, and perhaps I should spend a little time researching that. But they really want to ruin the way that the United States runs right now. And in doing so, they will pull down the dollar. And if the dollar is pulled down enough, it won't be the world's currency. So I'm not sure how hoarding all of this money and trying to destroy the house at the same time puts them in a better position, but apparently they know something that I don't know, right? So I thought, I've been doing a lot of researching on how to keep my money from some of these money traps. So for example, banks. Yeah, I work for an investment firm, and they're attached to a bank, but I'm not excited about banks. They take your money, your deposit, and they're able to collectively put that together in a portfolio and go to other companies and businesses and countries and governments and say, we're worth this much. We want money. We want to make money off of the money that we have in-house. And then they give you, if you want to call it pennies on the dollar, it's not even pennies, it's fractions of pennies to you for the idea of borrowing your money to make more money. And so we've got to individually learn how to leverage. It's called arbitrage, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, we've got to learn how to individually do these things, right? So one of the things that I learned from and I will feature them on one of these weeks. It's 2 girls, they're twins. I think it's called Twin Wealth or Twin something, Black women. And I learned from them over the last couple of weeks that, I've already known that I needed to move the money out of the major banking system, but I didn't know which way to go. The first idea was to go to credit unions, which is still not necessarily a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But I wasn't real quick to move on that. Credit unions are usually far away. They're usually not very convenient, but they offer so many other positives. A lot of times they're owned by the people who make deposits there. So there's a sense of ownership there, and you get a real voice. They're gentler to you than a regular brick and mortar for-profit bank. So I was looking at some of that. But I hadn't really made the jump. And then these 2 young ladies, these 2 twins, Twin Wealth or Twin Build Wealth, or I don't know. It's Twin and Wealth, and look for them, and they're Black. And I will feature them on an episode of The Forge one of these weeks. But in any case, they were talking to me about these investment firms investment firms, and I didn't realize this. I mean, it's always been there, but I didn't know what it was or how to maximize it. But for example, let's take something that's universally well known, like Fidelity. I'm not necessarily promoting Fidelity, but let's just talk about the actual product that I'm trying to describe. Okay, so Fidelity has a cash component to your account with them. And it turns out, like I said before, I work for an investment firm. So I've got investment accounts. Yes, I do. And so I'd already had a relationship with Fidelity, and it turns out that I could actually use the cash portion of that account as my banking system. It actually will give you a debit card. I was like, knock me over. So that's an avenue that I'm currently researching. And then I've also been researching, just to throw it out there in case you guys are interested, please, comment, like, subscribe. But if you guys are interested, I'm thinking of building an investment club that specifically and only carries colored businesses. But that is the diaspora, the entire diaspora. So we're talking about Africans, Asians, Iranian. We're talking about the entire globe, putting products in that investment group, in that investment portfolio that are colored only. So if that's something that you're interested in, it's something that I'm exploring, it's something I'm looking to do. If that's something you're interested in, by all means, feel free to leave me a comment. Of course, you can also email me at blackrenaissanceworldwide@gmail.com. And you can go to our landing page as well. The link is in the bio in both places, YouTube and the Tiki of the Talkie. Okay? Thank you for joining. I see people jumping in. Thank you so much. So let's talk about the Forge for the week, and that's Greenwood Bank Builders. The Forge belongs to the financial renaissance. And this week's pick sits right at the center of that fire. Greenwood Bank, founded by entrepreneur Ryan Glover and Grammy award-winning artist Killer Mike. Greenwood stands as one of the most powerful Black-owned financial institutions operating in America right now. The name alone carries the weight of history. Named after the original Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, the most prosperous Black community this country ever produced before it was deliberately destroyed in 1921. Greenwood Bank rises as the answer to that destruction. It delivers banking, investing, and wealth building tools designed specifically for Black Americans and their communities. So I will be moving most of my banking to Black owned banks. I will be asking for my business funds from Black owned banks and investment firms and these micro angel investors, what they call them. So I'm not sure that I'll be with Greenwood Bank, but I'm trying to find one that's kind of in my area. Again, I kind of want a little bit of convenience so I can get to the bank when I need to, because there are all kinds of things that you need a bank for. For example, if you ever needed anything notarized, most banks offer notary free of charge. But anyway, okay. So wait a minute. Here we go. Every dollar deposited moves through a system built by Black hands, controlled by Black ownership, and directed toward Black wealth. Greenwood offers checking and savings accounts, a Visa debit card, and a giving model that donates to a Black nonprofit or HBCU every time a member swipes the card. Oh yeah, I gotta get to the good place, right? Okay, this is the Forge in action. Greenwood takes the lesson of Black Wall Street, that Black economic self-sufficiency works and works powerfully and builds it for the digital age. Ryan Glover and Killer Mike looked at that gap between Black Americans and financial infrastructure, and they built the bridge themselves. The Harlem Renaissance gave us literature, art, and cultural brilliance. And that changed the world. The Renaissance gives us Greenwood. The second Renaissance gives us Greenwood. It gives us ownership, capital, and economic sovereignty. Builders, open your account, move your money, and keep it in the family. Let's see a little segment on the Greenwood Bank. We're going to try this again. Cause I've been thinking about forever. Okay, here we go.
With these corporations of what our expectations are for them.
This is totally different than what I wanted. I think
it's trying to
Ooh,
reset that ballgame.
let me tell you.
Right?
Okay,
So
hold
it's
on, y'all.
saying-
We're gonna delete this, and we're gonna do exactly what we did the last time. We're gonna just pick it up where we left off. I am learning so much this morning. All right, Greenwood. I want. So what I've got to do, I'll figure it out, but I don't mind right now. I just want to share it with you. I'm so excited. Okay, here we go, y'all. Copy. We're going to do a new link just like we did the last time as I learn how these things work well together. So happy to have you here. I see you jumping in. Thank you so much. Add. Okay, here we go. Here we
On
go,
a new
guys.
episode of 60 and 6 on Quibi, rapper and activist Killer Mike revealed he is co-founder of a Black-owned bank called Greenwood. 60 and 6 on Quibi correspondent Wesley Lowery interviewed Killer Mike to discuss what led to the founding of the digital bank. Here's a clip from that interview.
All the movements have commonalities, even in our differences. One big commonality we have in the movements in terms of having the same masters or oppressors or people that kind of hold marginalized people down is they control the money. And whoever controls the money in politics, whether it's a lobbyist group or a billionaire that decides he wants to see his friend in Senate or mayoral office, that money kind of dominates.
60 and 6 on Quibi correspondent Wesley Lowery joins us now to talk about this. Good to see you, my friend. This is so great that you got a chance to talk to Killer Mike about investing in Black-owned banks and specifically the reasons as to why he thinks it's important to help African Americans, people of color in this country create generational wealth. What'd you learn?
Of course, Bud, thanks a ton for having me. Happy to be here with you folks. It was a fascinating conversation. We were down in Atlanta, and we were actually in his barber shop. Killer Mike is a small business owner himself. And what he was talking about was how a lot of capital in communities come from banks and banks willing to invest and lend out loans. But very often, traditional banks might not be so willing to put up money and to invest money into underdeveloped Black and brown communities. And so one of the kind of tenets of this Black banking movement is that if you invest money in Black banks, there's a better chance that that money is going to then be reinvested back into Black communities. One statistic they look at and they talk about is that in white communities, a dollar stays in the community for much, much longer, right? That it's getting passed between various businesses within the community and different people, while in Black communities, it's just a matter of hours before that dollar leaves the community and goes elsewhere. And so the hope is that you create a more robust economy where Black dollars are staying within the Black community and being reinvested as a means of spurring economic growth.
You know, I think a lot of people would have maybe been introduced to Killer Mike if they didn't know him as a hip hop artist. Were introduced during the last election when he was like a very staunch Bernie Sanders supporter. We haven't heard a lot from him. And then when I watched this piece, this election, in terms of supporting a particular candidate, but when I watched this piece, I got the sense that he was almost sort of, he had decided that being politically active is important, but we need to do something to sort of transcend the comings and goings of different political parties or political representatives. And that's why he was looking at banking. That if you really wanted to achieve black excellence through politics was not going to cut it.
Hello, my name is Adam Ferrari, the Chief Executive Officer of Phoenix Energy. I look forward to you joining us at our next investor webinar, where you can drill deeper into our 9 to 13% annual interest rate
Okay, I'm not gonna make y'all sit through no commercials because I don't like
an emerging leader in the
so a
oil
lot
and
of
gas
times
industry.
I just don't pay any
In
attention to these
2024,
people.
Phoenix Energy rose to become
So
the
we're gonna
11th
go ahead and
most
turn off that
prolific
sound.
oil and gas operator in
And
the Williston Basin,
that
one of
is
America's
the
top
bulk
producing
of
regions.
our show today.
We are now right
we'll
alongside
finish up
industry
with our
giants
closing
like ConocoPhillips
affirmation.
and EOG.
Just a
and
moment
plan to
while we
continue
get the
rising in the
sound
rankings.
off.
Our daily production rates have risen as high as 18,000 barrels of oil per day. We've sold more than 4 million barrels, and we're just getting started. We hope to see you at our brief.
All right, perfection. Technically, I'm doing awesome comparatively. This is our 5th week in business, and already I figured out how to put these pictures on. I'm doing some videos. I'm not as good as some others, but I'm getting better every day. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us today. Let's go ahead and do our closing affirmation. What we have shared here has entered the record, not merely digital, but neural, social, and ancestral. The connections made, the knowledge transferred, the capital circulated. These are not ethereal, they are structural. We release this session with gratitude for the attention, the labor, and the trust invested in everyone present. We carry forward the understanding that our individual thriving is bounded to collective thriving, biological, economically, and spiritually. We affirm that the world we are building is one where dignity is non-negotiable, where resources flow equitably, and where every voice that was suppressed finds amplification. This is not the end. This is a node in a network that continues. Go build, go connect, go belong, and we return when the coordinates align. Thank you for being here for BRW, Black Renaissance Worldwide. If you are a business, a creator, a supporter, let us amplify you. Please email me. Let me know that you would like to be featured and on the show, and we could even do lives together so you can present your services and products yourself, your own way. I would love to do that for you. Wednesdays, we are here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. It's The Forge. On Saturdays at 10:30, it's The Marketplace, and on Sundays at 11, it is The Sanctuary, where we restore for the week we recover from the week we've had, and we restore for the week ahead. Okay, from boycott to buy out to build worldwide. I am Rochelle. This is Black Renaissance Worldwide, and remember, leave the world better than it was when you woke up, because you'll thank yourself for it. I'll see you again here on Saturday, July 18th, 2026 at 10:30 a.m. And I'm loving every single one of you. I honor every spirit in the world. Amen. Have a great day, guys. Oh, it looks like I've got about a minute to make it to 45 minutes. So I'm just going to hang out with you guys. Does anybody have any questions today? Does anybody want to ask any questions? Feel free to throw a little something out there. No? Did you guys enjoy the show? Let me know about that. Anybody want to throw out something? Did you enjoy the show? We've got 10 more seconds, guys, so either way. I'm determined to make it to 45 minutes today. And there we go. All right, you guys. Love you. I'll see you Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m.